Thank you for taking the time out of your afternoons to join us here at America First Field. Listen, we appreciate all of you, local media, for being this and understanding today, which is going to be a groundbreaking nature of information. I'm all excited. And welcome to everyone watching live on KSL, ESPN 700 as well. I'd like to acknowledge Mayor Tansky, City Council, for being here with us today. Where's the GOAT? Where's Nick Armando? Newly minted U.S. Soccer Hall of Famer over there on the end. John Kimball, President of Business Operations for both Real Salt Lake and Utah Royals. And up here at the table, current RSL defender and former U.S. World Cup Andre Yedlin. Yeah. As well as RSL winger, under 20 World Cup veteran and future Olympian. Congratulations. And again, another proof of the Academy here at Real Salt Lake. John, if you would please let everyone know why we are here this afternoon.
Wow, what a big day. The Major League Soccer just released the 2026 schedule, and Lionel Messi and Inter Miami at America Field on April 22nd, 2026. I have to go on because not only will we be hosting Messi here at America First Field, we will be hosting San Diego with Chucky Lozano. We'll be hosting with LAFC. These are all home matches. We'll be hosting Mueller with Vancouver and Royce with LA Galaxy. And this is one of the most studded seasons that we've had in the history of our club. We're so excited for the 2020 season to be announced. We're so excited to have you here, and we're so excited for our players. And I just want to step back a second and just say, you know, America First Field, this next year we want it to be the gathering place for this amazing soccer season. We are so excited to deliver this caliber of a season for our loyal fans. For those of you that have stuck with us for years and years and years, this is the pinnacle of what we have been waiting for. And I have to say, with the firm foundation that our owners have brought us to this point, and now the solid ground that the Miller family has brought us to, we are truly reaching the pinnacle and what we truly believe our club can deliver. And so we are so excited, not for us, we're also going to have the World Cup being hosted here in 2026 in the United States of America. And with that, here at America First Field, with surrounding areas, with Sandy, with other partners, we're going to be hosting World Cup watch parties and all sorts of things that are going to be amazing. This is going to be the most amazing year of soccer in Utah, and we are so excited to bring that again to our loyal fans and to all of you.
We talked about fans, we've talked about community, international friendlies, we've talked about Leagues Cup and the impact of just thinking about the different communities that are coming into America First Field and seeing these type of games. Steve, which I apologize, I didn't introduce you correctly, Steve Starks, CEO of Larry H. Miller Company. Steve, you had the opportunity to go down to Florida and be a part of what is a generation-changing vote the other day. Could you kind of give us some insight? Because it's not just the Thomas Mullers and the Sung Hyung Mins and the Lionel Messis, Chucky Lozanos that are here in Major League Soccer, but going not just the present, but the future of the decision-making from ownership at Major League Soccer. What was that like being a part of?
Yeah, it's we're witnessing the transformation of Major League Soccer in America. And last week's vote and the change to the schedule, I think, is going to add incredible momentum to a league that's already on the rise. We're going to see more transfers, the best players in the world, that you're seeing increasing numbers coming to play in this league, and the development, like Gozo, of players that are just coming onto the scene that are the next generation. So I think it's historic. It's a remarkable thing to watch. Frankly, we are so new to this that it's like we're just along for the ride in many ways right now. We're honored, we're humbled. I'm so happy about today's announcement because as I look at the people in this room, there are people that have given decades to build this club, that have given decades to build this league. And to see these type of announcements, I think, is a manifestation of a lot of work that's taken place to get us here and really good things ahead. And so I'm incredibly excited about all of this, including the schedule change. The fact that we're now going to be lined up in a playoff window that's going to be much better for our fans, and that we're going to be on the FIFA World Calendar. When you think about playoff soccer in May, it's a completely different experience than competing against the NFL or college football. If you look at the 100 most watched programs in America over the last few years, like 90 of them are all football related. And so it's just a really busy time of year, plus the weather makes it a challenge. So to be able to have the climax of our seasons taking place in the spring, where you're not competing against football, is going to open the sport up even more. People play off here in this country. There will be no better playoff atmosphere than here at America First Field in Mays to come. And so we're really excited. Again, we're honored to be part of it. We're excited that people will be able to watch in new ways with Apple TV. That's an important partnership. The fact that they are dropping the paywall, and they don't announce their proprietary, but we know that it's tens and tens of millions of more people that will be able to watch those matches now. No blackouts. That's going to open up the sport in increasing ways too. So it's a league, it's a sport on the rise. We're excited to welcome the world here, and we're excited to welcome Messi. But I will say that these two guys up here, I'm sure, I don't want to speak for them, they're excited, but they still want to win that match. So let's not lose sight of that either.
So April 22nd, 2026, to call Lionel Messi games with Inter Miami, whether it be. But I.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, is a great guy, and I think was the first thing to me that stuck out about him. He's offering to have the young guys, wants to see everybody succeed around him, and get the great kind of around the world, and especially in in the sports category. And usually it's tough because they'll have to sacrifice being a family man for great. Or you have to sacrifice, soccer to be a great family man. But he somehow is able to put both together. The way he is with his wife and his kids is inspirational. So he truly is a great person. And obviously, I think we all know, the level that he has when he's on the field. So it'll be exciting to see him again. I know everybody's seen the viral clip of him giving me the armband back. After Leagues Cup, which was pretty cool, and I think that kind of just goes to show the kind of person that he is. So, it'll be great to have him here and welcome him here, and I'm sure everybody's excited.
Xavier, fresh off Under-20 World Cup and fresh off a trip with the national team as well back in the United States. It's one thing for us as the older generation to watch Lionel Messi go from your age category into the player that he is today. But what's it like for you, kind of knowing nothing more than this is one of the world's greatest players, but you get to consume him in ways that we weren't ever able to, and just by opening up your phone?
Yeah, I mean, he's the best player ever, so I think it's obviously exciting, and my mom was just telling me today that it's just, it's crazy to be even in the same category and in the same league and playing on the same field. So I think, yeah, obviously watching him growing up and all these players growing up and wanting to be like them, it's an honor to share the field with them.
So, John, again, April 22nd, 2026, what's the easiest way for fans to try to figure out what these?
Our ticket group has done a great job working together and just trying to come up with a strategy and a plan, to make it fair. Obviously, season ticket holders that have purchased are going to enjoy this game, and that is such an amazing gift that we're so excited for our season ticket holders to get. But starting tonight at 8 o'clock, we'll be taking orders at RSL.com. So again, RSL.com at 8 p.m. tonight, we'll start to take orders, and we'll put people in essentially a list. Probably the most affordable way is, again, through season tickets, but there's going to be all kinds of different packages that will be available to buy the Messi and the Inter Miami ticket. But again, I just want to allude back to just what an amazing season that we're going to have this year. I don't even know what I just said earlier, because I was so excited. I don't even know what came out of my mouth. But we have been working so hard for this, and things are just lining up so beautifully. And like I said, to have this kind of a season right in the middle of the World Cup happening, we're so excited to deliver this to our fans. And like I said, tonight o'clock, 8 p.m., RSL.com, that's the place to go online, get in line, and then our representative, you've come in through that line, and we'll handle you from there. But really excited to bring this to our community.
Steve, let companies view with ownership and leadership around Major League Soccer. How is, I guess, the adjustment of how you view the local footprint of, but now understanding the local footprint of what Major League Soccer means?
Yeah, it's definitely been something that for us is a learning curve, and I should acknowledge Greg Miller's here from the Miller family, and you know that the family, our organization, views businesses like this, operations like this, as a stewardship, a community asset that brings people together. And it is literally the world sport. It is the global sport. And the amazing thing about it is that you need a field, you need a ball, and no matter where you are in the world, you're playing this sport, and it's uniting nations. And to us, that's been really fun to see. That on the global scale, and as John mentioned, if you were nervous, John, what you did say is that Messi is coming here, and so just wanted to clarify that again. That you can go to American Fork or you can go to Argentina, and kids are wearing Messi jerseys. And I remember being in Europe in 2002 as a student, and it was the World Cup year, and every city I would go to, you would see crowds of people around a pub or in a field playing, and they had Brazilian jerseys or Italian jerseys or French jerseys on, and it's just a remarkable thing the way that it unites, and we get to see that here. I was here when Club America came last year. It was one of the best sporting events I've ever been to. It was an incredible atmosphere, and sports at its best unites people, and this sport does that better than anything else.
Yeah, it's been incredible for someone like myself and Jason Kreis that have been here since day one to see the growth of not only the club, but the league has been extraordinary. Listen, we don't want this to be stuffy. We want to kind of open this up for a little town hall-esque type of feel. So you only have so many opportunities to ask questions in real time, in real life, and not just on social media. Anybody have any questions inside about anything related to this game, this upcoming season, the window? Let's go in the back. That always makes it easier.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations about this announcement. It's obviously big. I'm assuming that tickets are going to be sold in a matter of minutes. Is there a plan B if there's a situation where fans want to buy, want to come here, and there are not enough seats, perhaps? Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I want to give a lot of credit to Matt Rader, who has headed up our ticket department. They've come up with a number of different plans, and we're going to very strategically roll those plans out. So it's not just going to put them all on sale in 5 minutes they're gone. There's going to be strategy behind it. There's going to be different ways to buy packages. But then there's also going to be opportunities where we want to do something in our plaza, where we want to open our plaza up for standing room only. We've been even talking about working with Megaplex, some of our movie theaters, and giving people an opportunity. I think back to the day when Jordan came to play, and I was not in the arena. I was outside the arena, across the street, in a parking lot, watching a Jumbotron. And I'll remember that day for the rest of my life. And that's the one thing about sports, is that these are moments that truly become lifetime memories. And so we want to capture that as best we can and make sure we deliver that to every fan at every level. And so there will be opportunities to participate and be involved. To here at America First, I've actually got my lucky So that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to. And we've got a great team that's coming together. We were thoughtful about that. We wanted to make sure everybody felt like they had access to this special event.
He's not joking about the socks, by the way. Up here in the front row, Jason, Kurt, Nick, myself, we saw the power of David Beckham in real time and how the transition of that moment kind of moved the needle so significantly in one direction for Major League Soccer to see this type of growth. DeAndre, you were there before, and then you saw the power of his entrance. I mean, how would you describe just that, the incredible fandom, like the circus that came along with that experience?
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to what's happening now. The thing that we have going for us now, oh, you're talking to him.
I thought I was talking to your good ear. I thought it was
John?
no, DeAndre.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, I have something to say about it.
Good recovery though.
No, it was incredible. I think the thing that stuck out most was travel to away games became a lot more difficult. There would be 1,000, 2,000 people outside the hotel pretty much overnight. There would be the floors, like there would be security on every floor. The hotels would be, people waiting in the locker room or people waiting in the lobby. It was pretty crazy. I'm sure you've all seen Messi's bodyguard that would be everywhere. So that part of it was nuts. At the training ground, there would be, I don't know, probably double this amount of media people, before games. The training ground basically got on lockdown. There was fences put up, security guards everywhere. So it was crazy because people. I mean, it's the greatest player in the world. So to have that kind of person here in America, and obviously playing here, it's fantastic. It's great. It's only great for growing the sport, and excited.
Sure.
I was just gonna say. No, it seems very similar, but I just think our sport is just at such a different level now, and I just think things happen for a reason, and where we are, and our partnership with the Millers, and where they're taking us, their history in sports, and just what's happening at this time of such a tipping point. And I've been saying this now for a couple of years, that this tipping point of World Cup in the United States, this will be the largest sporting event in the history of the world. I remember saying that on a sports show, and I said, I want you to debate that with me. And they couldn't, because this is the largest sporting event in the history of the world. In fact, it's happening here, 11 NFL stadiums in Mexico. There's nothing bigger than this. And this is such a tipping point for our sport, for our team, for our players. To have some of those players be called up is just amazing across different countries. And then for us to be able to see that, there's just nothing like it in the world of sports next year. So again, I'm just a little bit excited.
I love it. And by the way, the stratospheric rise of Diego Luna, our own Diego Luna, for both Real Salt Lake and the U.S. men's national team, probably shouldn't be overlooked that he is also, like Lionel Messi, an ambassador for Apple TV and for Apple. If you walk into any of the Apple stores, you'll see Diego Luna. I guess twofold question, Steve. Number one, I mean, as a footprint, having Diego Luna alongside a guy like Lionel Messi is an extraordinary feat in of itself. But from a branding aspect, that's got to be huge. And I guess a follow-up for Xavier is to see someone who kind of broke through from your age category to the opportunity that he has now, and you following the footsteps from the youth national team into the men's national team at some point. Like, that's got to be an incredible journey. That's something that you would want to replicate at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like obviously seeing Diego break into the first team after playing the U20 World Cup and playing at RSL, I feel like, yeah, it definitely gives me a clear pathway of what's possible, and I feel like obviously I back myself to put in the work and make it there. But yeah, I think it's definitely given me a clear pathway.
Yeah, I think that's remarkable. Diego's journey this past year in and of itself has been incredible to watch, to being, a young player competing here, obviously wildly talented, but then being on the face of the New York Times, scoring goals for the national team. he's become one of the most recognizable American soccer players in the world. And so that's an incredible opportunity, I think, for our fans to come and see players like Diego, players like DeAndre, players like Xavier, who are the past, the present, the future of this sport in America too. It's really remarkable. I tell people all the time that this guy to my left, he is a Utahn. He grew up here. He's one of the best young players in our country, and he's from here. And we are producing great talent here, our academy, and all the work that Tony and Kurt and Jason have put into that over the years. It's paying off. And I mean, Gozo's a great example of that. And if you want to look at somebody that you should look up to as an athlete in our state, this is the guy right here. And to see what he's doing on the field, the way that he's growing, he's obviously not satisfied. He wants to get better. I have to say that because the sporting guys are here and they don't want to give him a big head, so I have to say that. But we're excited to see in the years to come, Gozo, and what you're going to do.
Oh, and Steve, to your point, my 3 boys are constantly sending me all the TikToks and the Instagrams and the highlights. You see what Gozo did today? John, you talked about the enhancements for the game day experience here at the stadium. I would assume there'd be questions about capacity. I would assume those will be kind of all trickle-down effects of this announcement on April 22nd. Is there anything else that you could kind of share with the idea of how you guys are going to approach what is going to be a monumental moment for the club?
Yeah, I want to recognize Michelle Smith, and Michelle's come up. She's the president of MSC, Miller Sports and Entertainment. And I don't know if I can get into exact details about what we're doing, but we are trying to oversize our building. We're looking for opportunities to fill in some of the spaces. And with some of the things that the Miller Group and Steve Starks are proposing for our future and the investments, we're looking to kind of try some things out with this game because it will give us that opportunity that early in the season to really lead out with the intention that we may leave some things up for the rest of the season. And then that will lead into some of the things that we really want to invest in a long term, as far as, just raising, everything around this building and investing in this building. It's got great, just foundation. It's been built really well, and it's just time for us to kind of step up and do some great things, not only in this community, but for this building specifically.
All right, any of the media members have any other questions? Anybody else in the building? Coming right back.
Hola, enhorabuena porque yo creo que va a ser un año ilusionante el 2026. Va a ser el final de la liga que conocemos para una nueva era. Va a ser también, pues esto, la visita de todas esas grandes estrellas del Mundial, etcétera. La pregunta es, me imagino que muchos aficionados se hacen a la propiedad. Es decir, ¿está la nueva propiedad dispuesto a darle todo lo que necesita Jason Kreis y su equipo para que tengamos el mejor equipo posible de manera que deportivamente se pueda aspirar a todo el próximo año?
That was a long question. I'll try to remember everything. But basically, congratulations. Next year is going to be amazing. But the question is the property, so meaning the corporation, ready to give everything that the team needs so that we can have a successful 2026? Yeah.
Yeah, great question. Look, I would say that we're the only team in the league to make the playoffs 5 years in a row. So there's a foundation of success and competitiveness that we're stepping into, the Miller family stepping into in our organization. And so we should acknowledge the consistency and the success that we're really pleased with. But I can tell you that from Jason and Kurt and everybody, we're not Pablo, everybody's committed to taking that next step. And so with that comes investment in many forms. And that's obviously monetary. And we've started to do that with infrastructure, some of the things that John's talking about, but also on the sporting side, we want our players to have the best opportunities as it relates to health performance, for our scouting department, analytics and scouting bandwidth to be able to go help with that. We want our coaches to be the best in developing players and talent. And so we're investing alongside all of those things, all of those work streams to make us better. And so, yeah, we're not here to just maintain. We're here to continue to build. And we have, I think, the highest levels of aspiration for what these clubs can do. Not only Real Salt Lake, but the Utah Royals as well.
Anybody else? Last call.
Hey, if I just wanted to acknowledge our partner, Jeff Robbins, who's here from the Utah Sports Commission. And I know that I was given a text that Jeff had sent, who's excited about this opportunity, what it means for sports in Utah generally. And I think that Jeff would say that when John talks about Michael Jordan being here in the 90s, that is a fair comparison to what we're about to experience this year. And that's good for our state when you think about all the great things taking place in sports throughout Utah, plus the Olympics coming in 2034. This is just one more moment as we continue to build the sports economy, and Jeff has been a great partner along the way as we do that together.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. John, do you want to one more time remind them where to go?
Tonight, 8 o'clock, rsl.com. Please head online. There'll be clear instructions for you to get in line to figure out the different plans, and then our representatives will be back to you in a timely manner. So thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
No, you're fine. You're good.
Traveling again soon?
No, I just came back from a national team, so I'm chilling out for a while.
No, it was amazing.
I was like,
It was like a slow roll back.
Okay, he played?
yeah, he played at UVU, just finished his senior.